Welcome. This buffalo energy, right? It is an energy of being grounded but heavenly, being practical but yet spiritual. Um, these creatures, they don't have no fear. They've got no, every bump in the road, every hardship is is just an opportunity for more knowledge, upliftment, more information. That's what this energy is about. It doesn't care about death, illness, or misfortune, right? It just doesn't. This is that. This is this. Um, this is this kind of how the buffalo is head down. Um, you know, just forward looking. Do you know what I mean? It's It just follows, it just goes. They go as a collective, these buffaloes, do you know what I mean? They go as a collective, just trusting. Look at the beautiful, you know, sad eyes, I always think. Anyway, they just go forward, trusting the process. This is exactly what they had me doing yesterday. Not, it was just, I'll tell you about that in a minute. So, What what happens is when I see this card, right, when I think of a herd of buffaloes, right, and what's triggered this is I listened to a lady yesterday on TikTok here, and she, she said some good stuff. I liked what she was saying. I understood what she was saying. I'll tag her down below and just listen to it. Um, because what she is saying is what's happening to us, like take us as a herd of buffalo. I don't know where I'm going with this, by the way, because I've just got on for, it was an urge. Now then, yesterday I had to be in receiving mode, so I have to tell you about, because I always don't know that, I have to tell you about receiving and urges, so that should be a good receiving, giving, and urges. What the hell? What am I going to do with that? I'll do it the best that I can. Anyway, this is what I'm saying, right? Um, we are all, follow the herd going around. Look at all this information that's coming into the buffalo. Do you know what I mean? Look at its horn, its antennae. That's like it's our third eye, and all of this information coming into the crown chakras. That's what you're getting now. So, getting off the beaten track, when you're in this kind of energy, right, with no fear, and you just trust, you know what I mean? You're just trusting. You go into this bliss. It's just you're following along, you're following the synchronicities, you're going with the flow, you're just going with what your urge is, right? So that's what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? You're going with the flow. And when you're in that, it's like blissful. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're in a blissful cocoon where only stuff that you want to receive can come through to you. But also, I've always said that this buffaloes, when something startles, right, a herd of buffaloes, right, they're off, aren't they? They're off, charging all together as a collective, right? And if they head for the cliff and go over, then the whole lot is so trusting. Do you know what I mean? It's a beautiful energy to have, to be so trusting, and they go over the edge also. Now, also, when I've had this card, I've explained about how to lift your head up. You don't have to follow the crowd. There's always another side to everything. There's always another side to everybody's story. You know what I mean? There's another side. So I always think, and what this lady was talking about is what she can see, what's coming, what's going to happen in the world, and I understand, and it's very hard to explain, um, to anybody else your visions, you know, what you see, your messages, or even just a couple of hours of synchronizations. Do you know what I mean? Because even though I journal, even though I write things down, it's impossible to write everything down. And some things, if there's some important things, if you don't write down, you forget them anyway. And some things that you don't think are that important become that important, and you think, what was that? I can't remember it, because you're in the flow. It's happening when you're doing that. It's happening all the time and all around you, and you're connected. That, do you know what I mean? So what's happening is I understood what, you know, what I got from this is like the people, we're all in agreement, right? What's happening, what we're all trying to explain, which is so hard, we're all trying to explain our own views, but at the end of the day, right, it's basically the same. We just explain it differently, you know what I mean? And everybody finds something or some source of information or whatever that they can cotton on to, that they can understand. That's all, because really it's personal, you know what I mean? But in that personal journey, you get to see what's coming. You get to know. And what I'm saying is, we still do it, you know what I mean? Even though we can look whatever people want to look at us like, I don't give a shit, do you know what I mean? But we still do it. We're still trying to explain, because we know that somewhere along the line, somebody's going to come across some bit of tiny information. It could be just a sentence, but it's going to help them. So this is why we still keep trying to do it, right? And because we lifted our heads up. We didn't go with the crowd. We went a different way, and we all, it's kind of like we shot out of this this herd of buffalo in all different directions, yeah? And we've all went in all different directions and got all different information, and went into all different lives, and different things have all happened to each of us, but we've come back together, and we're merging back together, because basically the things that the humanity basically wants, should have, and is coming, it's a knowing, you know what I mean? You don't have to have all the details or all the visions in your head or anything. It's a knowing, and that's what makes people come together, because we know. What am I going to say for urges and giving and receiving? How am I going to do that? I'll have to just do it off the bat, like I've just done this one. I've wrote nothing down. Anyway, yeah, so see, just that, listening to that one lady has triggered loads in me, plus what I had to do all day yesterday, because I didn't even post. Do you know what I mean? I had to receive.